What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag, Miss Boosh Bag to you. Anyway, okay. So this is actually, I'm recording the same night that the show came on, even though I watched like the hour after, and I got so many notes. That's why I really don't care to do reviews on things where people have arguments that are, you know, like arguments. Like if somebody's just arguing about one thing that they mad about, then it's like, okay, I could probably remember some of the phrases that, you know, were important to me. But when people are just, you know, coming out the ass with all kinds of stuff, yeah, too many damn notes. But this is the reunion part 2, and where the hell do I start? Okay, so it starts off the same where it left off last week, part 1, which was Countess running off the stage and Lisa going down there after her. All right, Lisa's telling her, look, don't run, go back, you need to address what's wrong and move on. And she was like, I don't have to address shit. Fuck Golden, fuck her, I'm sick of this bitch, blah blah blah. Golden and Malika are upstairs acting like they don't really understand what happened. So I don't know if they just like edited out a lot of it, but I didn't fucking see what Countess said. Well, no, I did see what Countess said. The shit about Golden's mother not even wanting her. But the other stuff, I mean, Golden was yelling so much. Yeah, I don't know what was supposed to have been so offensive based on the shit that she was saying to Countess, that she found to be so, oh my god, over the top. But her and Malika like, oh my god, like, well, I'm the new person, but I didn't know that it was like this and all of this and all that. Like, oh my god, well, what's going on? You know what's going on. She fucking left because your ass is off the chain ridiculous, okay? So they're talking about forming an alliance and all kind of crap, and Golden is like, you see, this happens every year. Like every year, me and Countess go through this. Only thing they say to me is every year your ass is doing the same exact shit to this person who you know has a problem you know, being aggressive and standing up for herself until she pushed way into a corner. So every year you show your ass and y'all have to come to this big thing because she's fed up at the end of a season. So yeah, that's really all that means to me. Am I wrong, y'all? Y'all can let me know. All right, so Carlos comes downstairs. He's one of the executive producers, if you didn't know. And he's trying to explain to Lisa, like, look, I kind of understand where Countess is coming from, because, you know, it's just like, you know, over and over, years and years of her having to defend herself to this person who is constantly attacking her or, you know, throwing jabs at her or whatever. And then Countess is like, yeah, she's just so sick of it. She starts crying and she starts talking about some house and some rats, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then they did a flashback to, I guess, season 1, where I was kind of watching it a little bit back then, and I know that because she Countess was overweight and, you know, not aggressive and talky like Golden and Elise, that they felt like she had some self-esteem issues and all of this and all of that. Obviously they thought it was because of her weight, because that's how skinny bitches is. I'm a skinny bitch too, kind of, except my stomach. But yeah, so Golden called herself, kept on trying to fix Countess until Countess is like, look, I'm grown, I don't need your help, I didn't ask for it, really, just leave me the fuck alone. So when they did a little flashback of Golden, she was like, oh, well, her, you know, pushing me away or whatever is similar to, you know, she just wants to dress it up on the outside, to just look like a certain way on the outside with this surgery or whatever, but she's not fixing what's really broken on the inside that made her have the low self-esteem to want to have this surgery. So it's like painting a house and making it look nice on the front, but on the inside it's all full of roaches and rats and all of that. So I guess Countess took that literally being compared to her insides being full of roaches and rats and, you know, dirt and all of this stuff. So she was really going through it, and she seemed to be in hysterics at this point. Okay, so Lisa was, you know, hugging her. She kept rubbing her hair. I was like, please stop rubbing that wig like that. Why is you, I mean, she was rubbing the hell out of that wig. Good thing it was straight, didn't have no curls. I think the shit probably plastered into her makeup, because I don't see how it could have not been. But she was really just trying to, you know, calm her down. So finally Carlos gets Countess to come back onto the stage. So everybody's like, yeah, everybody's so happy, you know. And Carlos is like, okay, well, this whole thing with y'all two is like, and Golden's like, yeah, well, what the hell did she say? She was like, well, my issue with Countess, and Countess is sitting like this, and Golden is over there. So Golden caught herself trying to talk to Countess, who is having none of it, and she was like, you know what? Look at her body language. She's not even facing me. Like, that is childish. That is so childish. I don't believe this. This is like some kiddie shit. So she's going off, and she was like, well, why do you have your back to it? Like, you need to have this conversation. Why don't you turn around and be an adult about it? Here's what I don't get about Golden. It's like when she started talking shit to Paula, and Paula was like, okay, so you really just gonna start dissing me? I'm gonna leave. And now she done said all of this fucked up shit to Countess, and now Countess is like, not talking to you anymore. And she's steady over there staring at her and telling her to be an adult, because apparently that's the same shit she said kind of to Paula too. Apparently to Golden, being an adult is allowing her to just sit there and talk shit to you and argue with you, and not really take much responsibility. Now she might say, oh yeah, well, sometimes I say some things that are hurtful or whatever, but I mean, she don't really she don't apologize for shit that she does that the person perceives to be wrong, because you can't tell me if you wronged me. I can tell you if you wronged me, because you don't know what I feel is wrong. Alright, now if you feel like everything you do is right, then of course can't nobody tell you that you wronged me, because you just don't fucking believe that. But yeah, I don't know why she think motherfuckers just want to sit around listening to her, thinking she telling them the fuck off, or what the fuck, how they supposed to live, and how to be an adult, and all of this and all of that. Like, get the fuck out of here, you emasculating ass bitch. Okay, but she's talking about it's all romper room and all of this, and she was like, and that girl, point to Savannah, she's rubbing off on you. It's not a good look. She's disgusting. So she turns to Golden. She turns to Carlos, because now she feel like she done told them all. She was like, you know, I'm just bothered by this with the Countess, because I mean, am I perfect? No. And Countess like, no. And that just gets fucking Golden all turned back around to start fucking arguing with Countess a motherfucking again. Okay, so she's like, I mean, why are you even friends with this person, with your friend, your new friend, Savannah? When we've been your friends. We've been the ones that been being here for you for all of this time. So they're just going back and forth. It's all of this yelling. And Golden is like, you know what, this is, and Countess is just like, you know, basically, whatever, I'm not listening to you, I don't care. And she's like, I don't care. No, I don't care. Okay? Countess is thinking the same thing I'm thinking, which is, I think you do. I think you care, not a little bit, but a lot, because first off, you keep on trying to have this conversation that she don't want to have with you, and you are so motherfucking livid right now, bitch. You is mad as hell. It's kind of funny. So Golden, she's sitting there, her eyes are tearing, and she talking about fucking Carlos again, and she was like, well, like I was saying, I was telling Countess that there are things that I see in her that I also see in myself, you know, because we were having a moment. And I know, you know, she likes to side eye and throw daggers because, you know, she thinks I don't care. And Countess is like, I be throwing daggers? Like, isn't this whole shit about Golden being the motherfucker that been throwing the daggers at Countess and feeling like Countess, you know, is being a victim because you keep attacking her, and she isn't a person that likes to get into these excessively heated verbal altercations until she's really forced into it. So yeah, I get once again where fucking Countess is coming from, but she does side eye people a lot. But I love it. I love it. It's my husband. Hey babe.
Hey babe.
All right. So yeah. Carlos asked Golden, like, why are you crying? And she was like, well, it hurts me that her heart it's so hardened. She's so hardened that she can't even let down her guard, you know, to allow this exchange of, girl, basically she was talking this bullshit, and she like kind of leaning her arm like over in Countess's direction, but you know it's 3 people over there. So Lisa's like, well, yeah, I know you're crying and all of that, but yeah, Golden, you're a little, you know, abrasive. I'm gonna venture to say that Golden absolutely knows that she's abrasive. I think she's intentionally abrasive, and she just thinks that motherfuckers really care about her just because she can put together sentences very well. Okay, y'all thought I was gonna say good, right? She puts together sentences well, and she's educated. But lots of people are, and lots of people are smart without having to have had a formal education. So the little smart talking over people and all of that, you still just a bitch. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Is there a smart way to say that? Okay, female dog. She was like, well, look, Countess's issue, this is Lisa talking to Golden, is that she don't want to get hurt. And you know, Golden is still real, and she's still mad as hell, and she was like, nobody wants to get hurt, okay? What do you fucking say? You know what? We can't afford to be doing this, and she's sitting over there looking like that, and there's black people dying. We are dying. There are black men dying in the streets right now. And people in the audience like, you know what? Black men are dying in the streets right now. First of all, women are dying too. And second of all, what the fuck do that have to do with anything? What the fuck are you talking about right now? So you mad at her because she won't listen, and now she can't be mad at you for talking all that shit to her because black men are dying in the street. Yeah. I was going to compare that to some other thing that doesn't make any sense, but I don't want to get y'all all in a tizzy because I know how y'all get, and I'm not even going to let you know what it's about because I don't want to hear your assessment of any of it. Okay, so she's sitting there and she's still like getting fucking mad as hell, and she just jumps out of her chair like, no, you know what? You can't woman up. And I am sick and tired of it, and I'm not going to enable you anymore. I'm just wondering, when the hell did she enable her in the first place? Doesn't enable mean that you're providing people the tools to continue to do things to harm themselves? Her not talking to you is what she needs to do to not harm herself, because you are the motherfucking demon seed, okay? You're not enabling her. The only person that I guess could be enabling her is Lisa, because Lisa is always down for her. Lisa always goes to make sure that she's okay. Lisa is, from what I can see, her true friend. She's everybody's true friend. She's not, you know, a backstabby bitch like many other people on the show. So yeah. But Golden thinks that she has been enabling Countess by what? Every now and then trying to talk to her in a condescending way, but that you think is very nice and sweet, and that's your idea of coddling. Like, girl, get over yourself. She's so extra. So she's standing there and she's like, I'm not gonna enable you anymore. You need to grow the fuck up. With that little bodysuit thing, with that little lace sheath. I'm so not here for her, for that whole explosion. She was like, you're a child, you need to grow the fuck up. And Countess is just looking at her like, you're the one having the temper tantrum. No, I'm not having a temper tantrum. You just walked off this stage. She just walked off the stage like 1 minute ago. It wasn't 1 minute because you've been talking this bullshit for multiple motherfucking minutes, okay? But she, wait, am I, yeah, she ran off the damn stage and she was like, I am not, you know, this is not childish what I'm doing. I am here, you know, talking. I am standing in my truth. This is not childishness. This is passion, okay? Whatever. So everybody just looking at her and she fucking goes in a little bit on Savannah. So she was like, you know what? She's a horrible person, because Savannah kind of just like smiled in that direction. So yeah, she's just looking to go the fuck off on any and everything, and she did. Oh, I don't know why they allowed her to just take over the whole damn show with the bitching, with the, can I say it? Is it whining? It's really bitching. It's just very naggy, just very naggy. I feel sorry for any man that has to, I don't know, go on a date, encounter her, have a conversation. It has to be quite emasculating. She dried up my testosterone just listening to her just make any male hormone in my body just die. She is a man killer. Okay, where she was going with the whole Savannah thing, she was like, well, I just want to know, why, Countess, did you become friends with this horrible person? She was like, a person that just like out of the blue just came along and you just turned on your friends. Like, you turned against Paula, so now she's, you know, sticking up for Paula. You let Savannah throw Paula under the fucking bus and you did nothing, you know, nothing but just sit there. So Countess is like, no, see, that's not what, and she was like, shut up, I don't want to hear your voice. So then the audience was looking like, did this bitch really talk to her like that? Like, she's a grown ass woman. She's not your daughter. She's not your best friend. I mean, there's literally no reason for Golden to believe that she can speak to someone else like that, especially in a fucking argument. When you say dumb things like that, like shut up, I don't want to hear, did you expect for her to actually shut up and allow you to continue to talk to her? Because that's not logical. That doesn't make any motherfucking sense. But yeah, so Countess was like, you know what, you're not gonna disrespect me, bitch. And Golden is like, but you're not saying nothing. You're not saying nothing, boo. She's too much. So Golden was like, Carlos, that you need to put a motherfucking muzzle on her. Put a muzzle on that. No, he needs to put a muzzle on you too. Over. So she's just doing the extra most. Carlos had to several times. Golden, no, hold on, because no, hold on, Carlos, hold on, because if this, like a million fucking times he had to stop her. He had to come out and call the bitch by her whole full biological name. What is her middle name? Shaquan? Do y'all remember on Living Single when Sinclair used to be trying to not be a ditz and she used to be being hard, and she was like, my name is Shaquan. Golden tried to act so high sedity. Her middle name is Shaquan, and she act very Shaquanish some of the time. Alright, yeah, she been being very Shaquana all up on Shaquan. She been being Shaquan on the show up until now. So he gets her to shut the hell up, and he starts asking Lisa about what's up with her and Jensen. She said that because they both work a lot and she's traveling, I guess she lives in 2 different states or whatever, they don't really get to see each other a lot, but so it, you know, hasn't really panned out. But she is in a situation, and they're like, oh shit, really, a situation? Well, what's the situation like? She was like, well, you know, it's, don't really want to y'all all in my business. And then he's like, so is the sex good? She was like, are we really doing this right here right now? I'm not talking to y'all about this. They were like, okay, but you are in a thing, a relationship. All right, everybody, Lisa's in a relationship. She was like, I said a situation, not a motherfucking relationship. Don't jump the goddamn gun. But as far as the sex, they're like, well, I think that she would be having sex if she all the way in a relationship. And she was like, look, if I'm in a relationship, then of course the sex is the bomb because I'm there. So there's that. Then they brought out Carmen. So now we got Carmen and Savannah on the stage at the same time. At both ends of the stage, the 2 people who have nothing to do with the show and shouldn't be there are both there. Okay, so Carlos asked her, did she feel like she crossed the line? And she's like, no, I didn't cross the line at all. I didn't say anything. I not even cross the line. Like, there was no line. Like, I didn't come anywhere near a line that needed to be crossed. Like, I said things that were very, she acted like she, you know, didn't go in on everybody. Like, she just, you know, said safe little jokes or whatever. So Carlos was like, well, Golden, you call her a $2 comedian. What did you have to say about that? And she was like, no, first of all, you didn't. And Golden's like, no, first of all. That's right, bitch. Oh wait, no, she's over this way. I'm in the wrong direction. I'm acting out in the wrong direction. Okay, so Carmen is over here. She's like, no, you, first of all. You came in, you dissed us, you hit below the belt, you was talking shit about us, making fun of us. It was supposed to be a comedy show, but you're honing in on us like we're really your show. And then at the end of this, you come in the back. First of all, we don't even know you in the first damn place. And then you come into our space and expect us to what? Be like, come back to Jamaica, give you hugs and love? Like, that doesn't even make sense for you to sit there and talk shit about people and throw people under the bus and then expect for you to just come and be like, hey, and everybody just forgive that you just humiliated them in front of a group of people. Like, no. And then they were like, well, did Paula bring Carmen onto the show, basically, just so she could have somebody on her side? Because I guess Elise had been on her side for all of this time because they supposed to have been friends for like 20 something years, right? And she was like, no. She was like, I met Carmen and I like her. I think she's funny. And I just thought that her whole act was just a clever way for her to see our situations. First of all, what's it? You the one, you told everybody business to this girl. And because she wouldn't have knew the situation until the show got, you know, showed after. So we find out when it comes on TV. She ain't on the show, so she wouldn't have known until it came out on the show. But for her to know while it's happening means that someone is in her ear letting her know what's going on. So that would be you. Yes. So she was saying that, and Golden was like, no, that's not true, Paula, because I was sitting there looking at you and you were just like, you were so happy that this girl was going in on us. And Paula was like, well, no, I wasn't happy. I told her, you know, don't go in on me. And Lisa was like, see, that's fucked up because you brought this person here to make a comedy show against us and not to say nothing to you, and you knew that she was gonna do this to us. Like, that's not a friend. Like, you're not a true friend. when Carmen finally gets a chance to speak, she was like, well, what I'm saying is that why is Golden speaking for everybody? Like, she done spoke for everybody, because first Golden was speaking up for Countess, even though she don't speak to her. She was like, yeah, you came at Countess all crazy when you first came in there, talking about you know, she looked you up and down, she gave you some sort of look, and you was harassing her when she was trying to leave about what her reason was and all of this and all that. And I know Countess don't even care that I'm sticking up for her, but that's whatever. And Countess is just like, bitch, please. But she does allow her to continue, right? So and now the whole thing with Lisa. So she's like, well, why you, first of all, Golden, why is you over there speaking for everybody? You saying that is too soon, but Lisa didn't say nothing, so Lisa didn't have no problem with it. And when they all were talking, Lisa was like, no, see, that was that, yeah, it was too much, the shit that you said and blah blah blah. She was like, I mean, are you deaf? You need a miracle ear? Yeah, she just said it was too fucking soon. She was like, so you think it was too soon? She was like, yeah. She was like, I mean, just because we live our life in the public eye, people get to maybe see things and then feel like they could just speak on it or whatever. And then she like, well, yeah, well, since you do live your life in the public eye, she was like, but okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying, you ain't let me finish. We're also human. I'm a person. Like, it was too soon. My freaking ex-husband married somebody that I introduced him to. It just happened. And for me to go to a comedy show and you to just say it like it was a joke, like it was comedy, yeah, definitely too damn soon. And she was like, well, it was a joke, and if you don't like it, then oh well. I want Lisa to get up and fight her. I want somebody to fight her. So Lisa was like, whatever, I'm telling you it was inappropriate. She was like, no, it wasn't inappropriate. She was like, you don't have to yell, I can hear you over here. She was like, well, I was making sure that you could hear me. She was like, whatever, I get it. She was like, no, I know you get, no, I told you I get it, but you need to get me. And she gave that little evil eye. I don't know if it's the eye shot or something, but it seemed like Paula was gonna whoop some ass. Not Paula, what's her name? Lisa, Miss Wu. But she didn't, because girl ain't say nothing else to her. She moved back to Golden. Like, once again, my problem with Golden is you sticking up for everybody else and you talking for everybody else, but you couldn't speak for yourself. You saying I was a $2 comedian, but you ain't say that when I was when I came in the back. She was like, motherfucker, I told you exactly. She was like, I'm not a person that holds on to something and say it later. I nipped it right there in the bud. I let you know that I did not care about your comedy or whatever. And she was like, she was like, you don't even have a show, okay? Your show was basically throwing people under the bus. Like, that's the only thing that you could do in an attempt to try to be funny. She was like, no. I don't know what the hell she said to her. Carmen said, so I think she got one sentence in edgewise, and Golden went crazy. And she was like, no, boo. Your jokes are dated just like that hairstyle. Don't try it with me. And she was like, no, you don't try it with me, bitch. And then Carlos was like, all right, nothing with the name calling. Y'all need to chill the fuck out. Then switched it over, and he's like, okay, Malika's also on this side. Were you offended by the jokes that she made about you? And she was like, no, I don't really care. I mean, it was a comedy show. I think if I was there, I wasn't there, but if I was, I would have laughed, because whatever. Things that may offend other people probably don't really affect me, but I do respect Golden, that she was upset that somebody was making fun of me, and that she was sticking up for me, you know, and trying to, you know, hold up my honor and all this other stuff. So there's that. But no, she was absolutely not offended by the jokes. Alright, so then it goes into Golden's table read and all the shit that people had to say or whatever. So it went through when she first found out about the part at the house with Malika, all happy with her, and then when she lost it, talking with the girls. I think it was the talking with the girls. Then it went to Paula telling her husband and what Forrest said about her, like nobody gets fired from a table read. That's something that only happened in your 20s. Like she's like 45 or 50 or something. I don't like when people tossing people's age, okay? Y'all already know that about me. But yeah, that's something that only happened when you like 20 something. Even Kermit the Frog don't get fired from a table read. But what is ridiculous is that his own wife she said it right at the same time where everybody said, well, it happens all the time. And she was like, I got fired from a table read. And I believe she said it was Will Smith who fired her at the table read. So him making fun of it should have also struck a chord with her, okay? But it's neither here nor there. And then it goes to Golden with her mother, talking about it and crying, and her mother giving her the, you know, it'll be okay, better things are coming, mama, you're gonna be a good actress speech, right? So first she's sitting there and she's crying, and she was like, I'm not crying because of the situation, I'm crying because my mother is my rock. I would assume so, but is it weird to anybody else that her mother seemed like such a nice person and she seems like such a horrible person? Like a really arrogant, horrible person, which kind of makes me feel like her mother must not really be that nice. Like she just phony nice because she an older woman, but she really must be a real condescending bitch for Golden to be that way. Because where does it come from? How do you get to be this way? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so she's crying and she was like, okay, well, the whole thing with the table read is that we don't get judged on, you know, the totality of the work being an actor. You get judged on, you're not getting judged on, you know, how much effort and how much work it takes and how much work you're putting into it and how many, you know, blood, sweat, and tears and the shit go into the whole thing. You get judged, somebody finds out like one thing and then makes it into this whole thing, and that's like, acts like that's your whole life. Like, getting fired at a table read, like things happen. You could get there, they could decide that, you know, put the little fake family together, and they're like, they don't really look right together, and they decide to get rid of somebody or switch somebody. It isn't that, you know, it isn't like you have to be doing something wrong or you fucked up or I was acting like this or nothing. I'm extremely professional because I respect my career, and it is something that happened and it happens all the time. So yeah, it isn't fair. It isn't fair. And she was still kind of crying a little bit about, I think, the situation, even though she said it was still about her mother. Well, she didn't stay still, but it was still the same continual crying, kinda. And she was like, you know what, it's not an easy job, it's not an easy life being an actor, and I mean, when things don't work out, you got to keep on going, pick yourself up by the bootstraps and keep it moving. I mean, ain't nothing else to do. So yeah, I'm gonna survive, everything's gonna be cool. So then she didn't mention nothing about Carlos, about Forrest, which made Carlos have to ask, so what's up with what Forrest said about you? And then it's time for the reads that I actually do like, because when I feel like she reading somebody who I really wanted her to read, but not other times because that shit gets on my nerves. But anyway, she was like, first of all, Forrest, you are the last person to talk about somebody having a job or make fun of somebody for working, okay? And you're talking about it won't even happen, that's some shit that only happens like when you're in your 20s. She was like, I don't know if that's the last time you had a job or worked, but see, me, I've been working, okay? So no, it happens all the time. It is a part of acting, it's a part of life. She was like, and you know what, I was trying to be nice, but you know, you did diss me. You dissed me. You made fun of the fact that I lost this job. And she was like, I mean, how soon we forget, okay? So you haven't been working, you ain't got no job. She was like, and just what, 2 seasons ago, you was just living in a hotel. I'm like, that was brutal. Now Paula was just over there like, but she didn't say nothing. But yes, that was brutal. But she told him like, basically, you shouldn't be making fun of people who are on their grind, especially when you're not on yours. Okay. Okay, and then Boris is like, okay, well, first off, I'm sorry if I said anything to hurt you. I don't want to hurt none of y'all. I don't want to embarrass nobody, none of that stuff. But since I do have your attention, I'm just going to tell you that I'm watching through the season and I'm saying all the shit you just said about me. You said that I was a dog. You said that Paula would be further along in her acting career if she had not married me. Like, I'm fucking up her career. And you made insinuations that I must beat my wife. And she was like, I mean, well, you're kind of controlling. Following her, coming to all of her events, coming to all of the girl things like it's weird to do. Yeah. And you have also thrown ketchup bottles at us. She was like, so you're violent. I mean, what else should we think? And then Countess, like out of the blue, was like, yep. And you came for me and I didn't even come for you. He said, what the fuck is you talking about? She was like, oh, I had $30,000 worth of surgery and all I want to do is throw cheeseburgers down my throat. He was like, I didn't say it. Oh, you didn't say it? So he was looking at Paula like, what is she talking about? Like, did I say it? Did he say it, y'all? Let me know if he said it. But I don't know if he said it because I didn't see this prior season or whatever. But he was like, well, look, I saw you come to work and you couldn't barely even walk. She was like, exactly. That shows how dedicated I am. I came to work 2 days after my surgery and I couldn't even walk. He was like, well, the other girls was all trying to get rid of you and have you replaced. And we was the only ones that was sticking up for you. I don't know what that had to do with what it was she was asking, but yeah, that was his answer. And he continues on and he's like, well, I know. Like I said, I'm not trying to hurt none of y'all. I don't want to embarrass nobody. I don't want to fight with nobody. I know that being an actress is hard. I know it's a struggle. I watch my wife, you know, struggling, trying to make it, trying to, you know, keep her career going and all of this. So I understand how hard it is for black women, and I don't want no problems with y'all. All right. So then Paul is like, yeah, I even sat and I explained to the girls. We were all together talking about being at a table read, and people were saying, well, I got fired from a table read too. And I told them I also got fired from a table read. It really is just a part of acting. Sometimes things fall through, sometimes things, they don't work out. And that's why actors are so superstitious. Like, they don't want to tell you nothing that's going on until it absolutely happens. And Golden's like, well, being on the show, you have to talk about what's going on. So it's hard to be on a reality show and not talk about the reality that's going on. But just in regular life, yeah, they would keep, you know, things like that a secret. So nobody would have ever even known about it. Oh, okay. And then Golden is talking about the part or whatever again, and how whatever happened at the table read. And Paula keep interrupting her. So Paula was like, they should have gave it to me. She was too young. Me, I'm just right. I would have worked it out. I would have been that girl's mama. Mama would have worked it out. She steady talking over Carlos and Golden trying to talk. And Carlos was like, can you just shut the hell up? I mean, really, for a second? He didn't say that sentence, but it was something equally rude. And it meant shut up. Okay? So, and he was like, okay, well, the good thing is that you guys probably really did help people, because people didn't know this about table reads and probably would have believed whatever it was that Forrest said. So now that people know and you made it clear what a table read is and how easy it is to get fired, now you might have helped any actress that's coming up on their way. So he asked Golden like about her swimwear line, and she was like, you know what? I took on too many projects to spread myself too thin, so I'm just gonna really tone everything down, and I'm really gonna go all the way into my acting thing again. No more outside projects, just gonna focus on acting. Then he was like, all right, well, Paula, you want to go and get ready for your performance or whatever? Oh my God. So Paula's performance, the outfit. Why? Okay, so it was very reminiscent of what the hell Golden had on, except that it was gold. Okay, did that make it worse? I think it did. I think it did. Okay, it was fluffier, ridgy, rippled gold lace that started kind of somewhere in the middle of the stomach region, like in a small shape like this on the stomach, but then went out and then became like a big lace gold skirt thing, with a bodysuit underneath, like Golden's dress thing, whatever. Oh my god, it was gaudier than Golden's outfit. It was definitely tackier. It was very, very tacky. Hated the outfit. Okay, the hair looked a little dry, but whatever. I've seen Beyonce rock some dry ass hair as well. Don't come for me. I love her. Okay, I said the hair was dry. I didn't say she was dry. She's very moist. What does that mean? I couldn't really understand the lyrics of the song. It kind of almost seemed like she was kind of whispery or something, but I believe the song is called Lick My Slit, and I kept hearing something like all about the slit, like chanted in the background, but or maybe the two background dancers were singing it or mouthing it or something like that was going on. Like I said, couldn't hear the song very well, don't really know what the hell is going on. Seemed to have a beat that was familiar to other songs that young people are listening to. Listen to me, young people. Alright, it was weird, but I did not hate it. I'm gonna say that. I didn't hate it. My computer. She really did remind me of a female rapper. So she's an actress, and very oftentimes you sit and you imitate other people's movements and or ways of being. So I guess that she kind of did, like I said, she seemed like a female rapper, and given the name of the song, she could have been a lot more disgusting and raunchy with things, and she didn't really take it like all the way there, just kind of, you know, whatever. Like I said, I did not hate it. Golden said that since she is a person who knows Nicki Minaj or worked with her or whatever the hell, I don't know, something about Nicki Minaj, like, was it, people keep on doing stuff, was she saying that she was good and on par with Nicki Minaj? I don't know what the hell the phrase was. I felt like that's what it meant. I didn't feel like slowing it down to really get into that one sentence, but something like that, right? But she said, you know, the lyrics that they were, so her and Lisa going back and forth, like, yeah, it was rough. She was like, yeah, it was rough around the edges, explicit. So yeah, I guess they could hear the lyrics or whatever better than I could. Like I said, I just know what the overall name of the song was, but not what she was actually saying, like sentence to sentence. Malika was like, yeah, I liked it. They were like, you wanted to be your ringtone. She was like, I would, except that, yeah, it is not at all appropriate. So I would like it to be my ringtone, but I wouldn't want anyone to hear it ever, because it's embarrassing. Countess told her that she was really proud of her, and whatever, next episode, next season, they probably need to do a whole episode, well, not a whole episode, a portion of the episode, whatever the hell, a scene with them with the mirrors, you know, down there, like they teach you to do in health class, and be looking at your stuff and inspecting and whatever the hell. So basically, Paula said that this was her giving back to the, you know, the suffragette movement, the women's suffrage movement. She doesn't think that owning your anatomy is nasty, and she was like, she just basically saying back what men been saying, like saying when she was in probably the kindergarten or something like that, is the first time that a little boy told her, you know, suck his thing, right? So this is just like, you know, this in reverse. She was like, and You know, it's just like the anthem. So Golden's like, yeah, this is like the year or the time, the era of female empowerment. And I think it's very raw, but it was interesting that you found a new way to come out with a female anthem. And you know, there is power in female anthems. And Paula's talking about her big piggybacking on the backs of other female actresses, female rappers that came before her, blah blah. She acting like she a real rapper now, but whatever, we gonna let her have that because the show is over, and who gonna tell her that she not, right? She just performed her rap song on TV, right? So yeah, there's that. She's piggybacking on other female rappers to just be able to express herself and blah blah blah. Countess, about the engagement, he's like, so when do you think you get married? And she was like, probably next year. He was like, all right, and we're gonna record it, we're gonna put your thing on. And she was like, thank you, that's very nice. Lisa, what is she doing? Got any projects? She's like, absolutely, I have some sort of animation project that's also a TV series. It's like an animated TV series that's also going to be a movie, and blah blah blah. Golden does not want to tell about any of her projects because she don't want to jinx them. Malika is like, she just needs to get more honed in on her career, definitely be auditioning more and going to going on more auditions and really just getting it together, because you know she had all these problems this whole season with being afraid to be an actress without her twin sister, and all the crying she was doing about that. What's her name? Paula, she don't want to really talk about her stuff neither. She's still on, she's finishing up whatever that show was, the John Donovan, Paul Donovan, somebody Donovan. That's finishing up, but she doesn't really want to talk about the other projects that she has going on. So this is basically the end. Carlos is saying that this is his absolute favorite season, even though Golden was like, I think you said that last season. She's so shady. He was like, no, I don't lie. Okay, I didn't say that before. I'm saying that now because this one is my favorite because it was very fun and you girls were fun and it was all beautiful and blah blah blah. And I love you. I love you. It was nice times. It was beautiful. Malika said that she really did like it because Lisa was like, it wasn't that bad being around us. And she was like, no, it was fun. It was cool. So maybe she might not be leaving. Seemed like she was over it, but she seems like, yeah, she's okay with it. And come on, who don't like free money or money to just be recorded chilling with your friends or your frenemies, whatever the hell you want to call them. Anyway, that is not only the end of the season, it's the end of the reunions, it's the end of the show. The show is over, the show is done. Okay, so I'm only reviewing one show as of now, so I guess I can move on to two. So what do you guys want me to review? Love and Hip Hop Hollywood or Little Women Atlanta? Okay, I mean not Atlanta, I'm already doing Atlanta. Little Women LA. So yeah, those would be the two choices, unless, I don't know, maybe something else. I know I never finished Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars. It was a lot of arguing, kind of like these reunion shows. It's just so many notes, so much trying to remember everything that happened with, and there's so many people on the show and each relationship, and it's very wordy, very time consuming, and it came on Friday, and I go out like every Friday night, and my weekends I'll be wasted, y'all. So yeah, the reviews are just coming so far after the fact. It was a mess. So I just left that alone. Wasn't gonna be able to do it. But like I said, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood or Little Women LA, unless there is something else that you guys will want me to review. Only one other show. I'm comfortable with just doing two. And shit, if y'all can find something that only stand for half an hour, I would love that. Okay, but no, I'll do the hour. But let me know in the comments what show y'all think will be good. And until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to watch my channel. While you're at it, swing by and check out my previous video. If you're into prettying yourself up and beautifying, go and check out my natural hair and beauty channel. I also have a fitness channel where I share free workouts if that's something that you've been looking for.